Let me turn this down. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Where are we? Welcome back, guys. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday, guys. Zoom guys, welcome back. YouTube guys, welcome back, everyone. Let me just move the screen over here. Make sure you guys can hear me all loud and clear. There we go. I think that's good. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Gold on the crazy run yesterday, guys. When we called the gold longs yesterday in the London session. Gold longs back up into 4100. Gold longs back up into 4150 in Asia. Gold has been on some phenomenal moves. So if you guys did take it, well done. Gold's been on some crazy runs. Audio and video good, awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years and mainly focused on gold futures here in the European session. So we had an absolutely perfect read on gold yesterday, guys. We had a perfect read on gold. You guys remember from yesterday on gold, we were basically talking about gold to come up and create a new high on this daily, which was somewhere around here, and retest 4100. Well, look at the way that daily closed yesterday, guys. Look at that. A 670 tick daily bullish candle. Now, I unfortunately didn't maximize anywhere near of that daily time frame as I would have liked. I didn't get to trade New York yesterday, unfortunately, but it ended up being a great run. And what was nicer than, being able to say you have made a certain dollar amount, what I take away from this trade is the fact that we were able to call that daily bias to absolute perfection. And being able to read that daily bias is what helps us have the confidence to understand and know where our intraday time frame wants to go. So that's the biggest takeaway from yesterday. If you guys did make some money trading gold yesterday, well done. Hopefully you were on the right side following what we said in our London stream, which was gold longs. And then for the Asian session, where's Asia today? Where are we? You'd already moved that much that I was thinking this was mainly Asia, but to be honest, this was like very late in the day. So it was like 6 o'clock London time, so like 7:30 my time. Gold was still, 7 o'clock my time. Gold was up another 350 ticks, which is huge. I'd never take trades at that time, but that was a very big move. But you guys can see here, Asian session, nice little morning star play. Gold longs up into that 4150 level, which you guys on Zoom we spoke about in the Asian market call. It was a very nice move. But the most, like I say, guys, the most important takeaway from, and that's one thing I do, guys, before we start breaking down the markets, we'll break down the markets, but before we jump on the markets, we always break down what we said yesterday and what ended up happening, so we can see what we could have done better or what we did right. And yesterday, we called this whole entire move here on gold up into 4100, all based off understanding that daily time frame. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let's have a look, guys. I do believe we have some news today. So before we jump in, let me just have a look here. Let's have a look what we got on the calendar today. So we have US dollar PPI today, 1:30 London time, and we also have retail sales as well. I will be on fast markets as well today, guys. So if you guys who are trading New York, I will be there. What do we have? We have tomorrow unemployment claims, and then Thanksgiving on Thursday, guys, and then nothing really on Friday. So today's the main news event day today as well. Yeah, we'll break down NQ. We'll break down all other markets. We'll have a look at gold. We'll have a look at NQ. We did take some nice gold buys yesterday, so we'll see what we get for today. NQ's looking great. Well, let's have a look, because gold's already up quite a lot here, a little bit of range. So I think we could maybe look at NQ first here, guys. If NQ's looking good, let's see what we got. So NQ ended up having a great break higher. I was actually looking for NQ more so to fill in this gap, which you kind of pretty much did. Maybe ES filled it in properly. And then what did we also say here on NQ yesterday? We spoke about NQ coming up to tag these highs. Most people trying to short here, more people trying to short here. So at the New York Open yesterday, I didn't trade NQ, but this would have been a great long. Great long. Even just to come up and squeeze these highs would have been a very, very, very nice trade. 100 points, man, that's a decent trade. So let's get rid of this. How do we close yesterday? I did buy some. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Yeah, I did buy some. Anyone buy some stocks down here as well? Anyone did buy some stocks? Streaming Thursday and Friday. I'm honestly not too sure yet. If there is a, because there is a bank holiday, so if the Topstep guys are having a day off on Thursday, then I'll just stream on my channel. So we'll see. Either way, yes, I will be live, whether it's here on TopstepTV or whether it's live on my channel. If the guys are taking a break, I'll still jump on my channel for you guys for London session. Nice. And took two clean longs yesterday. One right after stream and one at NY. Super clean on gold. Yeah, nice. Good job, actually. The daily bias read yesterday was fantastic, man. We also spoke about that on our one-to-one as well. So yeah, nice work, man. Beautiful work. So let's have a look here, guys. NQ closing very bullish. Breaking back above some major levels. Bounced off 24,000. Almost closed back above 25,000. However, you did still close very, very, very bullish yesterday. Look how strong yesterday's candle was. And the nice thing about here is today's opening and instantly pulling back. So this could easily be a bottom wick on the daily before this flips back bullish and comes for a nice drive back up into 25,250-ish. Looks pretty nice. So longs coming into today on NQ look very nice, actually. Actually looks very nice. Kind of looks nicer than gold. I'll show you why in a second as well. Now, if we want to get long here on NQ, you've just come down, you've just tagged the lows of this range here, which is nice. Maybe any early buys here on NQ have just been squeezed out. So if you can start to close bullish here, we got London Open in 18 minutes. At the close of this hour, London Open, if we can start to get back above, anywhere above this intraday support at 24,920, any closure back above there, NQ longs in 25k could actually be a very nice trade. I certainly wouldn't be looking to short NQ today. Personally, it's not my style. If you get a huge bullish closure on the daily, I want to be following that. Same thing as here. When you see this daily close very bearish, I'll short this day. I might take a break even or I might take a little bit of a loss. That's fine. But I'll short this day. But then once this day tags those and closes bullish, I'll buy this day. And then once this day breaks above some major levels, cool. I'll still buy this day. Same thing as gold. So potential longs on NQ at the London Open. This could be actually quite a nice play. Now, Goldie has been on a phenomenal run here, guys. Absolutely phenomenal run. Look at yesterday's candle. We spoke about this absolutely perfectly, guys. We spoke about this shaping up to be a beautiful morning star to come up into all of these liquidity levels. So the interesting thing here on gold is in our Asian market call, we spoke about gold coming back up into this 4150 level, which there wasn't much room to take it in Asia. You kind of already had fulfilled most of the range. But now that you're back at this resistance, I do believe gold's probably going to break higher. But this 4150 level is still big resistance. You can see here on the daily time frame, resistance, you broke above it, support, you broke below it, resistance. So could we hold a little bit of resistance here on gold? I mean, maybe, but look at yesterday's candle, guys. Yesterday closed with a 1,000-tick bullish candle. So what is our job to do when we come onto the markets today after a 1,000-tick bullish candle? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Follow it. Yep, exactly, man. Follow it. We want to be following that. I don't really want to be shorting gold. Now, it's not to say gold can't have a bit of a pullback. That's more so just to say, well, that just wouldn't be my trade. I want these trades. I want the easy trades with the dailies, jumping right out at me. And you got this inverse head and shoulders play. You have a daily boarding star. You have 4,050. You have upside liquidity levels. Like this is the days that we should be maximizing. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't maximize this day anywhere near as much as I would have liked. I stopped trading after we jumped off yesterday. Yeah, I took $111, which is pretty poor considering we called the daily time frame perfectly. But it happens. But either way, just because I didn't get as much as I would have liked to yesterday, does that mean I come on today and have some sort of different expectation because of what happened yesterday? Absolutely not. Today's a brand new day. So I would like to see gold. I can see gold having a little bit of a pullback. you know, maybe we come down and grab these lows before we do see these longs. Or what I would potentially like to see here on gold is you can see this 30-minute time frame here. You've just tagged the highs, you've just closed bearish. So if we tag these lows and close bullish, then I'd be probably looking for a bit of a fake out buy back above this area, which is around 41.37. Potential fake out buys above 41.37 here on gold. So potential longs on gold, potential longs on NQ. Well, look at NQ. Now, if I do trade NQ, guys, I'm going to be trading NQ at very small size because I don't trade it very often. Or maybe we'll just forward test it. But these NQ longs do look quite nice. I think gold longs would be the smarter trade. One, because I trade it more. And two, because the data is very strong. And I know the intraday price action more. So let's see if gold can get back above it, guys. See if NQ can start breaking above. Is NQ already getting above? Yeah, you're kind of already getting above here in NQ. But again, you know, you're that close to the hourly. You may as well wait for it. Oh, nice, Chris. Nice. In long from 24.907. Yeah, nice. Did you take like a break of a high or something? Or 5 minute? Yeah, nice. Nice. You also have a huge trend line. Yeah, 5 minute. Nice trade, man. Very nice trade. You also got a massive trend line coming down here. So what does that mean? It means you get a lot of people trying to short this, more likely to see this continue squeezing higher. So I like these NQ longs here. For a 30-minute flip as a good entry. Let's see, man. I wouldn't take this flip personally. I mean, you could have. It's a little bit risky because you haven't actually closed back above yet. But I'll probably wait for this candle to close above and then I'd look to take it. Because this could have also easily just crept down, like just because it did tag some lows and hold support. You kind of did that a few times here where it just kind of kept creeping down. That's what NQ can kind of do as well. So I'd rather see a bit of a bullish closure, confirm a fake out, and then I'd look to take it. So you'd want to see the next 30-minute probably look something like this. And I think that would be as good of a play, unless you're on the 5-minute. I think that if you're looking at just the 30, I think that would be a nicer play here. This is a pretty decent push here on NQ. You get a lot of people trapped in shorts here. Remember, you're just around that V up as well. Don't use it, but it's that V up just intraday support and resistance. So if you can get back above it, fantastic. What do I think of ES? Let's have a look. It's probably very similar to... let's have a look. So yeah, ES did fill in that... did ES even have a gap? Yeah. Look at that. So NQ didn't hit the gap fully. Well, look at that. ES did perfectly. So longs yesterday on ES and NQ would have been beautiful. If you get rid of this... Let's get rid of this. So you came down, you gapped up here, you ranged for whole entire Asia, sold off in London, filled in the gap, and got right back above the New York session. So fantastic longs yesterday. Now, same thing as ES, I'd be looking at NQ for today. Let's have a look at some clean levels here. So you have ES trading back above 6,700, which is a very nice level. Let me change this to 50%. Change to 50% because this is our round psychological levels as opposed to the intraday support and resistance levels. So you have 67, and then above you also have, where are we? 6,800 as overall upside target. You also do have the 750s within there as well, which would also be a pretty nice target. Let's put it on 6750. There we go. Get rid of this one. So you had again, same as pretty much exactly the same as NQ. You had a great breakout yesterday. You held some huge downside support levels. Look at this. Not only did you hold some nice downside support levels, you also tagged some lows and closed very bullish. So I would be looking for ES to come back up into Thursday's high, I believe, 20th last week. Thursday's high. Yes, Thursday's high is a nice upside target here in ES. So same thing as NQ. You closed very bullish yesterday. Today's opening with an instant bottom wick. So I would be looking to long this pretty soon, to be honest. I think longing up into yesterday's high looks like a pretty easy trade. So same thing as NQ. If we can get bullish in 10 minutes with the London Open, ES longs look good, NQ longs look good. I wouldn't be shorting this personally. Again though, when I say I wouldn't sell it, that doesn't mean you can't have a bit of a pullback. It just means that wouldn't be my short you know, like I say, we're not trying to fight the markets. We're trying to follow them. ES does look a bit choppy. I do think NQ could break out a little bit nicer, but let's see. How do you get the number of ticks when you put the mouse? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, so if I hold down Shift, and then click like this, then you can see. For some reason, it's usually when I hold down the control, it does the magnet as well. But maybe it's only when I'm on a tool. Yeah, if you hold down Shift, you can just measure it. So if you're like here on gold, like what's this move down? And you got 200 ticks. 200 ticks, 21 points. Surely that deserves a like at 7:50 a.m. That's a tip that can change the trading around. Loads of little tricks you can do here. You can also hold down Control when you're on a drawing tool to actually stick it to the lows. And then if you hold down Shift again, then you can get it perfectly straight. Just in case you want it perfect. We'll see what gold does in this range, guys. Remember, gold already has had, like I say, it's had a fantastic move. You know, gold to retrace into 4,100 could make sense. I don't think it's going to be a plain sailing, easy just drop from here, though. I don't think you're going to just see gold, you know, just all of a sudden rip down and retest all these highs. I think if gold was going to retest these highs, you know, you might kind of creep down, do something like this before then potentially doing it. And this is kind of what I want to be taking advantage of. And taking advantage of this is also following the daily bias and the daily time frame, which could also easily just continue doing this. So that upside is ideally what we want to be looking for here on gold. We've got London Open in about 8 minutes here, guys. 8 minutes. Obviously, I had the big launch yesterday on Topstep, guys. No activation fees. A no activation fee path, which is pretty cool. Very, very, very cool. Let's see here, Goldie. Yeah, Auli's still bearish here, intraday. Auli's still bearish here on gold. NQ, we want to see it get a little bit back above first. Yeah, there's loads in Discord, man. Loads in Discord, loads. There's the whole retreat slides in there. Such a dollar save, yeah, massive. But there's no. Just understanding the daily time frame is just understanding the candlesticks. Be very bullish, be very bearish. If you grabbed highs or lows, it's not super complex. Such a dollar save, yeah, very good. Very good. We got gold still selling off here, guys. So I'm not buying gold just yet. If we do close like this on gold, then you may see gold come down and tag these lows. Then potential longs from anywhere down in this region. I'm not really too. I could see it maybe selling off down into here, which if you measure how much is that, it's 100 tick trade, which is not bad, but I'm not really too interested in trying to short gold. It's already up now, Adam. It's up now. It's live on the site right now. And remember, guys, NQ longs are also looking pretty good here. NQ longs looking pretty good. We've got London Open coming up. Yeah, it's what it feels like. Is it me? But when I'm in profit, the candles move slow. But when I'm losing, the candle moves fast. Am I the only one? It's how it can feel sometimes. Probably not the case, but it's sometimes how it can feel. I mean, if it is the case, like if you do find you're holding onto, where are we? If you do find you're holding onto your losing trades for longer, which you can see here, or you know, if when you're in a losing trade it moves really fast, when you're in a winning trade it goes really slow, well then that's also could be because you're maybe trading against the higher time frame. Like if you shorted this and it moved really fast against you, and if you're maybe selling it right now and it's moving slow and you're in profit, well that's because if you follow the daily time frame, the daily bias, then you'll get in these much nicer moves. But if you feel like you end up getting trapped in these moves too much, then There's a few things you can do, but you want to understand the no trade ranges. You also want to make sure you're following the higher time frame. But sometimes it can feel like that, but it's not actually the case. Because there's usually, you know, people get people kind of, when they're in drawdown in a trade, like when they're lost, they're like, oh, whatever, let it do what it wants. They don't really care too much. But when they're in a winning trade, if they approach it with the same mindset, they'd be able to hold on to their trades for longer. 400 away from passing now. 400 away from passing is amazing, man. 400 away from passing 5 accounts is incredible, man. Do it nice and slow and steady, man. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. You got NQ still holding this trend line here, guys. You may come for maybe one more liquidity wick here before we do see this push. Owlie's not looking too bad here, though. Owlie's not looking too bad. 30 minutes still not back above just yet. That's why we want to wait for these candle closures. Do you primarily enter a trade once a day? Once or twice a day. On average. Where are we? Let me just go back. I'm probably taking... This month's been a little bit quiet. I have been trading some different Topstep accounts. But yeah, I would say I maybe average 1 to 2 trades a day. 3 to 4 times a week. I'll probably average. Across all the accounts, I probably average like 1 a day. I did share my stats from last month on Topstep into a whole YouTube video. So if you guys do want to see the stats from last month, be sure to definitely go and check that out as well. Where did I post it? I broke down all my stats from, where was it? From October. So if you guys want to check it out, you can have a look. Let me see here. We've got London Open coming up in 3 minutes here, guys. Goldie's looking a little bit choppy here. But again, it's no surprise. Gold has moved up like over 1,000 ticks in the past like 24 hours. Gold's up 1,100 ticks. So gold to create range here is fine. Now, range doesn't mean you can't trade. We can trade this range, absolutely. But we want to be doing it in good areas, not right here. We want to be doing it below here. Or, you know, somewhere once you close back above. NQ, again, NQ selling off. I do think NQ still could be nice. Just requires a little bit of patience, guys. We've got time. We got time. We got time. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at Crude. Definitely make a look at Crude, man. Absolutely, we've got time. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I haven't looked at Crude in a while, so let's have a look. What are we up to, Crude? Where are we at? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, Crude. Let's see. Haven't looked at this in a while, but you can kind of see here. So these are my levels that haven't really touched. So, what do we do here on Crude? We came up, hit the highs, sold off, tagged lows, pulled back, hit the highs, sold off, hit the highs, sold off. So, it looks like you want to continue selling off. But could you maybe see some potential longs first? Let's have a look. How did we close last week? Yeah, last week was pretty bearish. Trading below 60 is pretty big as well. Now, let's have a look intraday here. So I'll be watching Friday's low as a potential downside target. Now, that doesn't mean you can't potentially pull back first before, you know, maybe going short. You know, yesterday did close pretty bullish. So you got a bit of a decent bullish closure yesterday. 4-hour time frame here. Let's have a look. You got a nice double bottom down there, which is great. You are intraday holding above some. Let me just see. I don't trade Crude too often, so it's just me giving a neutral perspective. So you're kind of holding some intraday breakout levels here. You kind of also do have some resistance back here at 59 as well. Could you maybe come for a bit of a? You've also got a bit of a trend line coming down, which you may squeeze. You can't let's see this. Bit of a trend line coming down, so you might squeeze this a little bit more. So these highs could be of interest. Yeah, be a bullish buy. Yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that. Hourly time frame. Let's have a look. So you're kind of holding this breakout level from yesterday. I would say if you can get back above, if you can start closing back above this intraday resistance at 58.65 ish, then yeah, you may buy back up into yesterday's high around 59.10. Or if you start closing back below, remember you do have this downside double bottom as well. So I'd say longs if you can get back above this level here, and shorts if you maybe start re-breaking lower. There's potential to retrace as well. But this is a pretty decent push up here, and you do have that overall trend line coming down. So I'd say longs if you can get back above here. We've got London open here, guys. Longs if you can get back above this level. If you re-break these lows, you may also get short as well. So you can be pretty neutral here. The daily did close bullish, but last week did also close pretty bearish. So I think you can be pretty. I think you can be pretty neutral here, man. It was needed. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, always give you a neutral perspective. So gold closed bearish here, guys. Gold's closing below the support, coming up for an instant top wick. So you may see gold pull back a little bit more here before the longs. Now I'm not gonna, like I say, I'm not gonna sell this. I'm not really trying to sell gold after a 1,000-tick bullish candle yesterday. That's for sure. Therefore, I will wait for gold to show me some signs of support, and then see if you can start getting back above. Let's have a look at NQ. I don't want to miss NQ. Let's have a look. Had that hourly close on NQ. Hourly close here on NQ. Not bad. I mean, you did tag lows and close bullish. Not the best of candles, not the worst of candles. I do still think this could potentially shape up if we maybe get a little bit of a breakout. I do like these NQ longs. What is a good day for you dollar-wise? How much money is a good day? Any money in the markets is a good day. Any profit or protecting the capital is a good day. I don't really have like a dollar amount. Remember, if you also watch the latest YouTube video I posted, I spoke a lot about how, you don't need to be shooting for $500 to $1,000 days. You stack up $200 to $300 days a couple of times a week. You get consistent with that. You start adding some more accounts. You're on your way to making a good amounts of payouts consistently. I mean, my biggest day on this account has been 2,000. I'm pretty sure it's more than that. Where is it? I had this count in October. 5,000. That's obviously a very good day. But an average good day to me is like anywhere around 500. It's a pretty decent day. 500, you do that across a couple of accounts. That's a great day. But there's no, it's not really. I honestly don't really look at the dollar amount and go, wow, that was I made great. I'm also look at like, did the markets give me a good opportunity? Did I follow my plan? That's what makes a good day. What makes a good day isn't necessarily just the dollar amount. What makes a good day is if I executed well, I followed my plan, I managed my risk. That to me is a good day. Looking at the money, looking at the dollars, that's just a byproduct of good trading. So the more I can focus on just good trading, then I'll look at the dollar amount more. Oh, I didn't see. You guys can see my balance. Look at that. I've been exposed this whole time. Let's hide that. Hide that before we get exposed. That's not supposed to be there. Tick amount is better than a dollar. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, to me, for you guys, I say, honestly, I say to all the guys in the Traders Club, if you guys can stack up the base hits of, $200 wins, $300 wins, you do that a couple of times a week, and you end the month up green, trading the right way with managing your risk, you start adding some more accounts, these $200 days, $300 days really add up. Really, really add up. Let's see, NQ trying to sell off a bit here. We've got some London Open. Remember, guys, I posted the trade from yesterday on X as well. I'm trying to post on here as much as I can. I think we did just hit like 700 followers, 711. Look at this. So I post the trades. So remember, guys, if you hashtag London Open at Topstep and at myself, look at this, amazing. I'll see you guys' trades. See, look at this. Hashtag London Open. See you guys' positions. So see if NQ can get back above. Gold still kind of just stuck at these lows, guys. I think gold's going to need some time this morning, guys. I'll be honest, gold's going to need some time. Some time. NQ is looking like the nicer play right now. The reason gold needs some time is because of how much you moved yesterday. How much you moved yesterday and being at massive resistance. You know, here's your, if we just delete this for a second, here's your highs, here's your lows. You're right in the middle of a range right now. You're right in the middle of range with the past 2 hours closing bearish, but the daily being extremely, extremely bullish. Very, very, very bullish. Do I trade combines the same way I do XFAs? I mean, trade the same way, yes. I could take a little bit more risk. I'll take a little bit more risk on the combines. Not crazy risk, but yeah, I trade technically the exact same way, but risk management, yeah, I will risk a little bit more. But you guys can see here, like, you know, see if I was doing 100K right now. Well, this month I'd be pretty close, but I wouldn't quite be there. This is mainly using, like, most of the month this has been using micros, other than like maybe this day. Maybe it was a little bit more, I think. Yeah, kind of some micros, but a full contract. That was the main trade. So yeah, I would take a little bit more risk, a little bit more size, but I would technically trade the exact same way. Are you buying the dip on MicroStrategy and Coinbase? I'm not, man. I'm not. I have bought the dip on some stocks, but I don't hold any MicroStrategy or Coinbase. There are probably some pretty good opportunities though. There's a lot of good opportunities out there right now, to be honest. I bought a decent amount of stocks last week, some yesterday. So there's a lot to choose from. Where's Bitcoin been at? Bitcoin's been having a great opportunity as well. How did Bitcoin close yesterday? Is it finding some support? Trying to. Bitcoin at 85 is a pretty solid level as well. I do think there's the potential to get back a little bit lower here. You know, maybe back down into 80. So I haven't bought any crypto, but I have bought some pretty decent stocks for very, very, very good prices. Very good prices. And do you ever look at RSI? Or no, I don't use any indicators, man. No indicators. Pure price action and liquidity levels. What you guys see on my chart right here is exactly what I use. It's not to say you can't use them things, but personally, no, I use pure price action liquidity. That's it. Price action is key for me. Copy trading funded. Nice. Copy trading funded account and combine with micros. Should I trade only combine and risk a little bit more to pass? I mean, if you're trading funded as well, then at least you're making something from it. So I wouldn't really worry too much. I'd focus on them funded accounts, and yeah, you can copy trade the combines in the background as well. Whichever way you want to be honest, man. I used to sometimes copy some combines in the background of my funded as well. Then you kind of pass them without even realizing. So if you don't have any funded accounts, then you'd probably do a little bit more. But if you're already copy trading some funded accounts, yeah, I'd keep it linear, man. Yeah, that's pretty much what I bought, Nick. Yeah, pretty much the same, man. Pretty much the same. Wow, look at that, Patrick. Been trading no more than 5 micros at a time with a 750 personal day loss limit on this 150 XFA. Ever since I hid my balance was a turnaround, not this. Plus using ticks, it's amazing, man. It's been a journey, but try not to even pay attention to the chart and focus on the charts that matter, the price action. Yes, that's amazing, Patrick. That's great consistency, man. Beautiful consistency there, man. Really, really, really good. The fact that you even have a personal day loss limit is amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. Good job, man. Good job. That's amazing work. NQ still selling off a bit here, guys. I'm not in any longs just yet. No longs for me just yet. I'm watching it, but there's nothing telling me to buy just yet. Gold also not really doing too much here, guys. We got time here on gold. Remember, guys, we'll be on fast markets today as well. So if you guys are around for the New York session, I'll be live on TopstepTV. How do you identify what is the best way or candle for entry in lower time frame. How do you mean, sorry, man? How do you identify what is the best way or candle for entry? Maybe you mean best time frame. There's no such thing as a best time frame. You use all time frames to align together. Be at 8:30 Central Time. If I had to give one time frame that you guys should really focus on, I think the 30 minutes great on gold. 30 minutes very, very, very nice. But there's no, like, you don't just use one time frame. There's no best time frame, or there's no, you get the best setups on this time. You use all the time frames together. But I do like the 30 minute on gold. If you can get good at reading the 30 minute, you can get great day trades. Hey Aaron, would you personally pay for a back to fund reactivation on XV or retake the combine? It depends on how quick I wanted to get back to fund. If I wanted to just get back straight away, maybe I've already had a payout. Personally, I would just pay it. I've used the back to funder before. If I've been trading an account, you know, I've got a payout, but you lose it for whatever reason. Yeah, I personally just pay it. It depends on what you want to do, to be honest. I have used it before, yeah. Come on, NQ. Give us some movement here on the markets, guys. Goldie's a little bit quiet. NQ's a little bit quiet. Gold's been in a bit of a messy range here. NQ still kind of selling off. I do like the longs on NQ, but not for no reason. I'm not just gonna start buying NQ just because we want price to go up or we want price to have volume. There's no volume here right now, therefore we got to sit on our hands and be patient. But one candle can change everything. Remember, guys, we do also have big news today as well. We do have big news today. At 1:30 London time, we have US dollar PPI. Oh, we do actually have look at this. We got consumer confidence as well. Didn't see that on the calendar. We have consumer confidence at 3 p.m. London time. So we got some pretty decent news today. Very decent news today. You guys who are trading Asia tomorrow, you got Australian dollar CPI, which would be very big. Got Royal Bank of New Zealand rate statements as well. Then you got jobless claims tomorrow. Let's see. Come on, Goldie. Let's see if we can get a bit of a wake up here in the markets. NQ still selling off. Gold in a little bit of a range. Let me just see. Difference between liquidity levels and support and resistance levels. No, they're completely different. Support and resistance levels just. Where's an example? Liquidity levels is kind of all these levels that we were calling yesterday. To go long on NQ, just our whole entire plan, man. You must know our plan. If you know our plan, you know the answer. I already said it's just a closure above, a fake out. Fake out or just any closure above. That's our plan, man. Liquidity levels is just the levels that we're trying to identify where most people will be trapped. So the reason we had all these upside liquidity levels yesterday is, say for here, for example, and we took nice longs yesterday, is most people will be trying to sell here, set stops above the highs. So the liquidity levels is trying to understand levels where gold yet hasn't grabbed the previous highs, because that's what gold loves to do. It loves to come up and tag these highs. And if you haven't tagged the highs, then that becomes the liquidity levels that we're trading up into. The support and resistance levels is just, we'll look at price breaking out, for example. Here's nice support. Here's your resistance. You break out, cool. Now we take our longs, which is pretty much the same. The whole reason we got long. We got long yesterday. Where is it? We got long yesterday on a break above a resistance level into a liquidity level. So this was the trade from yesterday. So you broke above the resistance. Here you can see a nice intraday resistance, and then we're trading into these liquidity levels. So buying up into the liquidity. So they're they're different. They're both very important. You know, I'll use the intraday support and resistance levels to know when to buy or sell into my liquidity levels. So if I want to buy into this liquidity level, you know, I'll wait for it to break above a level, then I'll take the trade. NQ selling off here, guys. Good morning. I'm better to wait for ES to grab the lows. It's looking like it might come in now. Where's the? You mean these lows here? Yeah, maybe. But remember, you know, if NQ grabs the lows, ES doesn't always need to, and vice versa. So I wouldn't not buy NQ just because you haven't grabbed these lows. The reason I'm not buying NQ just yet is because you haven't had a breakout. You haven't had a closure above any sort of levels. So I'm just waiting for a bit of just any sort of bullish closure on NQ to get in. Otherwise, you could just get stuck within. We know where the trend line is. We don't need to keep it marked on. Or we could just get trapped within here, which is kind of somewhere where I don't really want to be trading. Anywhere in between here, I don't want to trade. If we get back above, fantastic. Where's Goldie? First 15-minute of the London. Goldie is very, very doji here, guys. Very, very, very quiet start to the morning here on gold. But again, like I say, it's no surprise. It's no surprise after you've had such massive moves yesterday, which were called perfectly. As I was saying to you guys, you know, you have to be maximizing them days yesterday. Because if you maximize them day yesterday, but when you come onto the charts, you come onto the charts perspective. If I get a trade today, great. If not, I don't care, because you were able to take advantage of this huge move yesterday. But if you weren't able to take advantage of this move yesterday, that doesn't mean you come onto the charts today with the expectation that you have to make the same that you could have made yesterday. It's a very, very important part of trading. If you weren't able to get yesterday's move up for whatever reason, well, that doesn't affect today's trading. But if you were able to get it, you're able to come onto the charts today with a much more neutral bias and no need to have to take something. Remember, guys, it's only 8:15 London time. We got plenty of time for gold today, guys. We'll be on the New York stream for like 2.5 hours today as well. Plenty of time. Look at this EGU trying to get back above here. If EGU gets back above after you just tagged 30-minute lows, could be nice. Could be nice. If I do take NQ, guys, I'm going to take NQ at very small size. Very, very small size. Just a little test and see how it runs. See if it can rip that trend line. It is looking nicer than gold. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a breakout. You'll be looking to take NQ at least back up into these levels at, let's say, 24,955 ish. Goldie. Tagging the lows, holding some support, trying to get back above a little bit. You may get a decent 5-minute closure here in NQ. If you get a nice 5-minute closure, I might just take just one small micro just to see. But don't just copy this trade for the sake of it, guys. If you don't trade NQ, don't trade it. I'm just taking it just to see how it potentially goes. It's not financial advice. Don't just try and copy trades just because you want to make money. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Look at that 30 minutes. 30 minutes looking all right. It's trying to get there. We're trying to get some volume. We're trying to. What would you be risking? You'd be risking about 28 to see if you can squeeze it up for about 80. Thought this was a signal group. Unfortunately not, man. Gold is getting a nice little bounce here, but again, if I want to buy gold, literally just wait for a 30-minute fake out. It's much easier. You've more of a breakout actually. You've broken below. You're holding it. If you get back above, fantastic. How far back do you go on liquidity? How many days? I know gold is like all-time high, so it's easier to identify, but what if it's in a range? Yeah, you don't need to go back that far. But I mean, I've been using these liquidity levels for like 7 years trading gold. So yesterday was in a range. You still, was one big range here. You still did the exact same thing. Here's the highs of the range. Here's the lows. You come down. You tag the lows. You come for the highs. So range is probably a great time to also take the liquidity levels. So here's one big massive 30-minute range. We've got on a high time. Look at this. It's a huge range. See? You tag the lows of the range. You come for the highs of the range. But you don't need to go that far back. We're not swing trading. We're only intraday trading. So, yesterday we were looking at these levels here because that's an intraday level to buy up into. But it happens, we took these longs last week as well after price grabbed the lows and broke out. It does the exact same things. Doesn't matter if you're trending or ranging. Gold still follows the exact same liquidity principles, but you don't need to go that far back. Like I don't need to go like all the way back here to try and see some levels. I'm only really interested in what's right in front of me. The past like 2 to 3 days max is all I really care about. That's all I'm really looking for. NQ getting back above it, guys. Maybe we should wait for one more 5-minute closure and see if you can get this. Combine liquidity levels. Do you combine liquidity levels with support and resistance? Full tilt NQ buys what I heard. Full tilt Tuesdays. I use liquidity levels to understand where I want to trade into. So this is my direction. I know I'm looking for longs, which is what we were talking about yesterday. Then I'll use the support and resistance levels to stop me from maybe jumping in a trade too early. For example, if I want to buy gold up into this liquidity level, well, rather than me trying to buy from here, and right now we're trading below this, I'll wait for price to get back above and then I'll take the trade. And that'll be my confirmation. So yeah, we use support and resistance to see breakouts to trade into these levels. Let the market show us that we're breaking out and then we take our trade. Just because you have upside liquidity levels doesn't mean you just start buying for no reason. You wait for it to break back above and then you start taking your trades. And there was actually really nice gold buys here yesterday, right at this 12:30 candle. Look at this, you had perfect double targets, you came down, tagged lows, you had a nice fake out here as well. That was a 130 tick push, which was very nice. Very, very, very nice. Oh, NQ getting back above here, guys. Let's see. Got 2 minutes. And you got that 30-minute closure coming up as well. Yeah, you get back above, you make it some longs. Goldie, I'm probably not gonna trade gold in London today, guys. I'm probably gonna wait for the New York session to trade gold, just because you have, like I say, you push 1,000 ticks here on gold. A range in here isn't going to be surprising at all. So if you do trade gold today and you get stuck in a range, it's no surprise. So don't get frustrated if you decide to take a trade in this range here on gold. You hit 4150, you hit 4100, which is our upside target yesterday. You hit 4150, which is also our upside target here today. So all targets have been hit on gold. Therefore, gold, let it create some space around here. You could still get some decent trades on gold, but personally, I wouldn't be trading in here. I think there's way nicer opportunities in that. Way nicer. 30 minutes starting to flip bullish here on NQ now, which is nice. Look at this, starting to get nice and bullish. After you came down, you just hit them previous 30-minute lows, and now you're starting to get back above. How many hours do you spend on the charts? 1, 2 hours. No, I probably spend like 2 to 3 hours in front of the charts a day. 2 to 3 hours a day is probably my max. Depends. Obviously if I'm trading on Topstep fast markets like I am today, I'll spend a little bit more just because we're trading London together, and then we'll trade fast markets with the guys. But on average, I'm trying to spend 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. Because sometimes it's easy to jump on and see that there's like gold right now. I could jump on this morning and see, but there's not really too much in here. We called the nice longs up, but for London session, there's not much happening. So I could walk away on gold for like 2 hours and not really miss anything. What's your strategy and where can I learn it? The strategy is exactly what we're explaining here. Same with the trades we've been taking. Like the trade we took yesterday on stream, that's the whole entire strategy. I do go into more depth on my YouTube channel as well, so you can definitely check it out there. But the strategy is everything that we've just explained here for the past hour and every single day. So keep tuning in, and you'll slowly start to learn it. Do I trade ICT? No, I don't trade ICT. No. Let's see. So we got a 5-minute closure there on NQ. Let's see. I might see if I can get a very, very small long here on NQ. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to trade NQ, guys. I'm not going to trade NQ just because gold doesn't do anything. But if I was going to trade NQ, I would be looking to buy like something like this and see if you can take this high. I'm not taking this trade, guys. Like I said, I was going to take it, but I was like, I don't really trade NQ enough, so why would I? I was going to take it just because we're watching it. But let's see how this would have potentially played out here. We have the 30-minute close coming in 5 minutes. Goldie is very, very, very choppy. Very choppy. Good morning, mate. Good morning, man. Do you have any recommended to learn trading psychology? Not really. To be honest, there's some pretty good YouTube videos out there. You could just kind of search for trading psychology on YouTube. There's some good ones out there. There's some good books as well, like Trading in the Zone, Best Loser Wins. There's some pretty good ones. That's some of my favorite ones. Let me see. I'm not in this long trade, guys. I'm just drawing up here. You're gonna get the 30-minute close coming in soon as well. The reason I'm not taking it is because I don't trade NQ very often. I feel like if I do take this, I'm just taking it just because we're watching it and gold's not really doing very much. I think I'll probably save it for New York session. And gold is going to need a good couple of hours, guys. Gold's going to need some time. But we're gold right back up in the same place where we started the stream. So nothing missed on gold. Nothing missed, but mental capital has been preserved. And we're ready to execute whenever it makes sense. If I was in this on NQ, if you start closing back below, you'd probably be looking to exit anywhere around there. But YouTube, guys, I'll keep it short and sweet there today, guys, because we're on fast markets today as well. So there's nothing really for me here on gold. I'm going to leave gold until we jump on for the New York session. Let the markets find their feet. And I think into New York, we could get some pretty good trades. So if you guys are around for the New York session, I'll be live on TopstepTV Fast Markets, where we'll look to trade gold for a couple of hours. So appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. If you guys are new here, remember to drop a like and subscribe to the Topstep YouTube channel. And I will see you guys later on TopstepTV for Fast Markets. Trade safe, guys. Let gold do its thing here in London. And I'll see you guys soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.